I am Gloria Aneto, presenting a topic on PRECEDE model, a critical assessment and evaluation of its strengths and weaknesses. Presentation outline is as follows. What is PRECEDE? Components, PRECEDE model diagram, strengths and weaknesses, lessons learned in its application, possible thoughts on another approach, conclusion, references. The definition from the online dictionary is placed here, and it says, the PRECEDE model provides a comprehensive structure for assessing health and quality of life needs and for designing, implementing, and evaluating health promotion and other public health programs to meet those needs. The acronym PRECEDE stands for predisposing, reinforcing, enabling constructs in education, diagnosis, and evaluation. And the acronym PROCEED is policy, regulatory, and organizational constructs in educational and environmental developments. The PRECEDE part of it has 5 phases. Phase 1, social diagnosis. Phase 2, epidemiological diagnosis. Phase 3, behavioral and environmental diagnosis. Phase 4, educational and organizational diagnosis. Phase 5, administrative and policy diagnosis. And the PROCEED side has 4 phases continuing from the PRECEDE. Phase 6, implementation. Phase 7, process evaluation. Phase 8, impact evaluation. And phase 9 of outcome evaluation. This diagram here is on the PRECEDE model that was carried out for the food and blood check behavior of adults in a county. So this is the diagram as it's represented by all the people in the community. The strengths and weaknesses. The strength of the model is 1. A major strength of this model is its capacity to facilitate identification of the desired outcomes at the outset of the planning process. So at the beginning, you almost know the end of what you are doing. Analyzes situations and design health programs efficiently and concentrates on an issue at a time and eliminating the chances of a case going unhandled. And I've identified 2 weaknesses here. 1, heavily data driven. So it requires lots of financial and human resources. And the PRECEDE phase can take a long time, delaying the beginning of programs. The lessons learned in its application. The model was used to plan an intervention to improve daily food and blood checks of diabetics. Some of the helpful steps that helped in this application was using SMART objectives helped the intervention a great deal to be focused and directional. And then there were specific indicators for measurement outcomes that made it very possible to know if the objectives were achieved or not. The challenges, the population use was a bit large, and so monitoring effectively was a bit of a problem, and insufficient funds was also observed to be there in continuity in furthering the study. How challenges were controlled. Involving stakeholders within the community helped a lot to control some of these challenges, and advocacy to get more funds and more involvement of people was also a way to help. Possible thoughts on another approach. If I were to conduct this study all over, I would think of a pilot study to assess the people's readiness for the intervention, as their readiness will go a long way in making the intervention very successful. Now, I also have a better collaboration with experienced community, neighboring community, to be involved so that I achieve a faster and better result. And the coordinating the participants by dividing them into smaller groups will be employed, because more smaller groups will have a better effect than the kind of a bit larger groups I made use of in this study. In conclusion, I have been able to discuss the PRECEDE which highlights on what it is, its strengths and weaknesses, and lessons learned from its application. These are the resources used for this study, and thank you for your rapt attention.